Alright, guys, coming to you live from Flossed in Paradise. This is Opinions for Hire. I'm going to be your host. We got with us today,
You're not
of course,
the host.
as always. Alright.
Already
You're just doing the intro.
I'm ad-libbing. Okay, alright, redo it.
No. We do this raw.
Raw. God, I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah.
Cut, restart. Boop, boop.
Good.
Alright, coming to you guys
all
live from Flossed in Paradise. It's Opinions for Hire. We got today with you guys, all of our co-hosts. Mike, as always. Go ahead, say hi, Mike.
Hi.
Alright, and we got Russell over here. Giving to you guys raw. Go ahead, Russ.
He wants our turn.
Yeah, okay, alright, sorry. Giving it to you guys raw. It's the R-Train.
Yo, what up, bitches?
Alright, and of course, me,
Please
one of
vote
your
the mic.
beautiful, handsome co-hosts, as always.
He's alright.
Undying and relentless JD, John Boy.
6
John
out of 10.
Dizzle. Yeah,
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10, that's solid. I'll take it.
6 out of 10. Yeah,
so
that's a pass in That's a pass in public school.
Yeah,
It
no,
is.
I mean, because if I'm a 6, then that means I can get like a 7, an 8, and maybe it's like a really like just a really unconfident
9
9
on a 9 on a bad an 8
Yeah.
or a 9 on a really bad.
think it
grade.
might
like a
because of
7
this.
shitty day, you know, and I can just like swoop in, pick it up.
Mike's
Anyways.
an 8. Mike's an 8. I'm a 7.
Thank you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah,
Because we're not factoring in.
It's like
We're not
my guy.
factoring in personality. Factoring in personality, obviously John's nicer than I am, so he gets bumped up higher.
Yeah,
You're
and
still
then,
at
and
an
then
8.
there's the
I
beard.
just want to let you know
That
we're
is
about a
beard.
minute
But
and a half
I-
in and we're still doing intro.
Okay, all right, sorry. Shit, fuck.
What's the fucking
Okay.
topic?
All right, because well, first of all, I just wanted to let everybody know. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a little while since we did a podcast. We've been having some technical difficulties. If you guys want to throw free money at us, go to opinionsforhire.com. Check it out, opinionsforhire.com.
Especially the one
email
guy
us.
in Russia who
Moscow.
apparently-
Moscow.
from Moscow.
Not Moscow.
who
There's another
really-
guy somewhere in Russia who's listened to us 15 times. Hey,
Yeah,
wherever you are.
Comrades, let us show the bourgeois pigs. Fucking, that's as much as I know. Wolverines. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Broach
okay.
a subject.
So, okay, all right.
I know nothing about fucking Russia.
First and foremost, some shit I know nothing about. Rick and Morty. Season 2, I heard just started.
Oh my god, I love the show.
I haven't seen it. I saw the preview for the second season and it looked really good. I just recently, I think last month or so, like watched the whole first season, and it's definitely, I don't think, everyone's cup of tea. But
No, I mean, I get like the Back to the Future reference thing that's going on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, clearly it's Doc and Marty, and I liked a lot
heavy.
of the humor that I've seen. Yeah, it's heavy. I like their guest appearance intro for the couch gag on The Simpsons. Not that anybody still watches The Simpsons, but they did do that.
apparently
little
people
intro.
still watch The Simpsons.
oh yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of
It
people
is still
still
good. It's a lot of views still.
Yeah, okay. Anyways,
We just don't know.
So season 2 just started airing just a day or two ago, and I heard the first 3 episodes got torrented.
Well,
Or
the
be picked up
second and
online?
third one got torrented for season 2, which was funny because the show, it's only the second season. It's not a big hit yet. I wouldn't say it really is.
That's got a cult following at least.
Yes,
right? I mean,
yes.
turning
Well, I
into a
think-
real
I-
fan
I
following.
think it's
think-
bigger than that. It's
I
like in
think-
between cult following and just being
It's a mainstream
big.
television show there.
Well, I think the internet's really dominated by vocal minorities, and the people who like Rick and Morty tend to be really like irreverent and exuberant and don't really give a fuck about stuff. Like that's really the humor. It's one part gross out, one part just way over the top, one part just not cool. Like
Well-
oh my god, I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the audience, so they tend to be very vocal about their love for the show. But I don't think it's a huge audience. I honestly, I think that's the paradigm for all media going on into the 21st century is smaller productions for smaller audience for smaller percentages. Really,
Yeah,
I think it's.
I heard that the creators were kind of like, man, it sucks that we're losing out on some revenue, but isn't it so cool that we're that awesome?
People think we're awesome.
People think we're
torrented.
cool. It's kind of like being parodied by Weird Al. People start stealing your shit now. That's just kind of the feelings of it. I don't know. I still think all that's better news than that shit-tastic apocalypse that we've been looking at.
Subtle
I mean,
segue.
No,
Subtle
seriously, though.
segue.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, it looks like hot ass. It just looks like hot ass.
Yeah, fucking garbage.
Have you
I
have
can't
you
believe-
ever woken up late on like a Sunday morning and like you had like a heavy day before, so you're already kind of gross and needed a shower, but you decide, you know what, I'm not going to shower because I have some yard work to do today.
Yeah.
So you go outside and it's blazing hot, so you're just pouring sweat, and you're wearing the clothes you wore the day before, which are already like soiled. Basically,
I wouldn't say
just from, like, all the
soiled,
sweat.
but
So
just
you have all the
grossness.
Sweat and
grossness
body
in your body,
oozes,
Yes.
and bodily chemicals and shit happening. So you go outside and you like mow the lawn and you clean up the dog shit and you trim the verge and do
All
the
not
shit.
in that order, but okay, yes.
Yeah, basically, and you run over that one rock just to piss over your stepdad because fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you go through your little thing and you're just pouring sweat and you're like sunburned and you're tired and you go inside and your shoes are just covered in like green from like mowing the lawn, so you have to leave them outside because they're just like you can't walk inside. So you go inside and you open your pants and just that waft of like hot ass just hits you from the crotch when you take down your pants. That's what the fucking the new X-Men movie looks like.
It's
to
just
me.
Well, Apocalypse.
From a purely
Apocalypse,
visual
yeah.
standpoint, as an aesthetical counterpoint to the entire series, that is what the entire X-Men franchise feels like to me. Just a huge waft of that. Just oh my god, I can't believe my balls can smell like
Okay,
that.
I mean, clearly we've all had we've had opinions about Thanos and shit and disagreed, but at least he still kind of looks like a god. You know, I mean, he might be being a bitch and not getting up and just handling shit himself.
Thanos looks cool.
He's still a badass.
Thanos looks cool.
Thanos
Thanos is a solid pass. But Apocalypse just looks like a random dude with some shit on him.
No, this is what he looks like the
He
best.
looks like
I
he just
saw on
rolled out
Twitter.
a Hot Topic.
Have you
I
guys
swear to
all
God.
seen the Power Rangers movie with Mr. Ooze, whatever the frick his
Yeah,
name is?
no, the very first
He looks
one.
like Ivan
Yes,
Ooze.
yes, Ivan Ooze, yes.
Yeah,
He
Ivan Ooze.
That
That's
is
pretty
what he
damn
looks
good.
like it.
No, I don't. What the fuck?
Hey, Russian guys,
You're
what do you
gonna-
think of that?
Huh? The
Hashtag
Ivan Ooze
Russian
joke?
guys.
Yeah,
Email us, man. I'm just really excited that like there's just two random guys in Russia
Who
that
tune
like
into
our
our shit on
show.
the
I'm
regular.
the only one worried. I don't know why.
Why?
This guy's worried that the fucking Red Fury is going to come down on him or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't
look,
know.
come on. They're capitalists now. It's all good. They're a free market.
Yeah,
you know?
right. We won the Cold War.
Yeah. Look, no hard feelings.
Back to the
Wolverines,
subject.
go America. I like caviar and fucking Sergei Eisenstein, so it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
But
no.
those two guys in particular, if you guys want to get in contact with us, please email us. This is something else we wanted to bring up, but please email us at opinionsforhirepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah,
opinionsforhirepodcast@gmail.com. That's also the name of our YouTube page, but feel free to email us at Gmail. And it's Opinions for Hire podcast because Opinions for Hire had apparently already been taken. Sons of bitches.
Fuck the internet. But
No, back to
just
Ivan Ooze.
Yeah.
Outside his character, what about the other ones? Because I thought Psylocke looked awesome. That looked accurate
It's
to me.
first off,
what's her name playing it?
First off, it's Olivia Munn. So Olivia Munn could be like covered in cat shit, and she'd probably still look beautiful.
gorgeous. Yeah.
It's fucking Olivia Munn. Like I'm sorry. Like I've actually seen a movie where she ate a poop brownie and she was still beautiful.
Yeah, well,
What
you know,
movie was that?
It's
brush your teeth. We'll talk. You know, I love you, Olivia.
No, but okay, and then we saw Storm, of course,
Yeah.
and that took the '80s approach to it because she has half her hair.
No, for a little bit when she was with the Morlocks, when she had to fight.
Oh my
what
god,
was her
that sends
name?
me back.
Yeah, no, she had to fight Callisto or something. Calypso?
Yeah, some
I'm
shit.
googling that.
Yeah.
It's the tip of my tongue. I know. I'm like failing as a.
Yeah, but the look that they decided to go with, I think that they're just trying to do some shit to shock people into going to seeing what the fuck's going on.
You know, I honestly that whole series, like as a fan of X-Men, like that whole series, it's just like, hey, here's Gambit for no good reason. Here's Emma Frost for no good reason. Here's Angel doing fuck all. You know, here's we finally have I'm gonna get her name. I'm literally googling her. Like, Russian guys, help me out here.
No, seriously. Okay, like I think that
Callisto. I fucking got it. Yes,
Yeah,
Callisto. You know.
I think that we all have already discussed this like in depth. I mean, we have a special coming out where we
the
talk
Marvel,
entirely
yeah.
about the Marvel franchise universe. We tried to stay within the actual Disney-owned Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's-
touched a little bit on how shitty and fucked up Fox is being. I heard news that they might actually stop soon. That they're only going to be doing like one more movie after Apocalypse. Hopefully, Apocalypse bombs so fucking heavy.
Well,
that
no,
it's just
technically it'd
gonna
be two, right? Because we have the
Fantastic Four.
I
next
don't.
week.
I don't.
no. Sorry, that make it three because we have the last Wolverine movie,
Oh yeah.
and then we also have the Channing Tatum Gambit movie, which we'll get to a little bit sooner or later. You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll get
No,
to it
you
when
know,
we
no.
want
Let's get to that right now because Magic Mike is not a good actor. There, I fucking said it. Like,
I don't
he's not.
But Russ,
he
it's Magic Mike.
He mumbles more than I do. You know, Like
Magic Mike.
fucking
I mean, just get me into that. Like, oh my god, I don't even want to talk about Magic Mike. That just pisses me off.
Who has seen Magic Mike's? Honestly.
No,
Seriously, I'm the only one?
Yes.
Russian guys, have you seen Magic Mike?
Oh my God.
Back me up. Email me at opinionsforhirepodcast@gmail.com. I really want him to fucking call me.
Yes, we get.
No, okay, all right. Channing Tatum's going to be in, Remy LeBeau as the new Gambit. Well, I mean, I heard he's studying how to speak Cajun. That's practicing for his role. I don't know. I mean, is he a good actor? Is he really that bad of an actor?
Russ says no. I said he's mediocre.
I think he's mediocre. I think he's really hot.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
no homo.
You think Gambit's just going to take his shirt off? Like,
he's a fucking...
He's an attractive man,
He's
right?
a fucking attractive man. I'm not fucking...
He's a 10. All right, okay, I might be a 6, he's a 10.
I'm comfortable enough in my sexuality to admit that another man's attractive. He's a fucking attractive man. He's a fucking gorgeous human being.
Yeah.
And I think that's really like if he wasn't as attractive as he was, he would not be so popular.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
but
he's funny.
You know, like
he's funny.
He would be one of those guys that like was in one big movie and then ended up doing being Sarah Michelle Gellar's love interest in some
You know who I did like him as? Lego Superman in the Lego movie.
his little cameo was good.
Yeah.
The one thing I've seen him in that I actually liked him was 21 Jump Street.
Good. I was gonna jump to that.
But I fucking hated 21 Jump Street more in matter of principle because they killed my two favorite characters from the original show. Like, if they called that movie any fucking thing else than 21 Jump Street, it would have been hysterical and I would have loved it. But the fact that they were trying to make a 21 Jump Street, adaptation, that was just, making, not just doing nothing but making fun of the original show. I was like, I love the original show. And they didn't even have Holly Robinson, man. How do you fucking have a 21 Jump Street without Holly Robinson?
Well, they did the same kind of idea with Brady Bunch and the Beverly Hills.
And I remember
where they just kind of made fun of the concept more so than...
And I remember, with Addams Family, it kind of fell in line more with the humor of the original comic strip.
Yeah.
And those movies are really hilarious, and they really kind of have sort of that same feel that the original show did. The Brady Bunch is really just a parody of itself, and I remember a lot of people. My mom thought it was funny, but she was always kind of angry because she really loved the Brady Bunch when she was a little girl, and she just hated it. My dad was really pissed because he's like it's just fucking stupid, you know. It's like if you're gonna make a Brady
my dad
Bunch,
loved it because he hated the Brady Bunch. He said he remembered sitting around with all of his friends like, who the fuck is like this? You know what I mean? Like, nobody was the fucking Cleaver family. Nobody was the Brady family. It was bullshit.
That's whenever
nobody wore bell bottoms. He goes, you know who wore bell bottoms? Nerds. Like, nobody fucking wore bell bottoms.
When I fucking every time I watch Ferris Bueller's Day Out, every time I watch any 80s movie, they always have these amazingly gorgeous houses. And I'm like, who the fuck lives like
in
that?
These houses, yeah.
Yeah. When I worked at Walmart, they would have these ads for that. They have ads for Walmart playing on the television
at Walmart.
Yeah, which is just
it's ludicrous.
It's like Hellraiser. It's just fucking
working for Walmart was a dark point of our past that we don't really want to discuss. I think
Judy is a Cenobite.
Yeah. Okay.
But I just want to hang on.
Yeah.
But no, Channing as an actor, like I said, is mediocre. But I enjoyed both 1 and 2.
I couldn't
21 and 22.
I couldn't even get into 22 Jump Street. I mean, on paper, all of those jokes are funny.
Yeah.
On paper, all of those jokes are funny. But I was just furious the whole time I was watching it.
I can't believe it.
John,
honestly, you got to break this.
You know what? Honestly,
even to the point,
I've had 22 Jump Street in my queue for the longest time, and I got a good friend of mine, Sean, the guy who's doing all of our website stuff. He's got me. He's almost asked me 15 times. He got me a digital copy of it. I've been trying to watch it on Vudu. I never am like, hey, I'll just sit down and watch 22 Jump Street.
You need to watch it and break this tie because I enjoy both. He doesn't.
I don't like either. I got to the poetry scene and I just got pissed. I was like, fuck this movie.
Are you serious?
I can't fucking do it. God. I can't. I hated it.
Everything at the poetry scene just gets better.
I don't know.
To me. And until the end, and then it kind of goes down.
So directing the movie is Rupert Wyatt. Directing the new Gambit movie. He's done 6 movies ever.
I've never fucking heard of him.
And the most famous movie that he's done is Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Other than that, all the other movies that he's directed...
Was that the one where the monkeys were shooting back, or was that...
That was the very first one. Your thing, I believe... Yeah, that was the first one, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
The first one's Rise of the Planet of the Apes? Wasn't that Dawn of the Planet of the Apes? Or was that one of the older ones?
You know what? I would have to fucking Google that, and I'm not going to do it right now. Rise of the Planet of the Apes is, though, the one that he did. And doing the screenplay adaptation, the one who's writing it is Josh Zetumer. And I'm hoping, actually, Zetumer. I hope I'm saying that as wrong as possible, because this guy can go fuck himself. The only thing was Zetumer.
He's Jewish and works in Hollywood.
The only thing he's ever written.
Right, Russian guys? Huh?
Yeah.
Email me.
Fresh American comedy right here. Okay,
Get in sports car.
The only thing he's ever written besides this movie was RoboCop, and I don't mean the good one. I mean the fucking remake that just recently came out.
I was okay with it, but it wasn't as good as first.
So we got Channing Tatum, a nobody director, and a nobody writer.
RoboCop is actually my other favorite movie. I can't decide whether my favorite movie is Seven Samurai or RoboCop. I have these fierce debates within myself about it, and I absolutely adore RoboCop. RoboCop is one of my absolute favorite films of all time. The original, yeah. And the remake I thought was mediocre because it was trying to be RoboCop. The conceptually and Jose Padilla is a fine action director in his own right. I think if they just let him kind of develop, we wanted to do RoboCop, maybe just develop something like that. And it's constantly trying to just do I don't know what the fuck it's trying to do. It was just mediocre. The whole thing was just mediocre. Like, every chance it had to, do something cool and just be a good movie on its own, it just failed outright.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems...
Watch Elite Force.
Yeah. Okay. But, I don't know. I mean, I think that, honestly, I like to pretend that this is going to be a good movie, because I think that growing up, the very first time that I ever watched X-Men, the very first time that I ever got interested in X-Men, Gambit was always just hands down one of my favorite X-Men.
Gambit is a cool character with a cool history. He looks awesome, and he has a really interesting power. Yeah, that's one of the defining traits of most famous X-Men, is that they have really cool powers. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, they had me at the quarterstaff, the bow staff. Just because I was such a huge fan of Donatello. Huge Ninja Turtle. I was a Ninja Turtle. I think for about 4.5 years of my life, I was just always slept in the costume and just was a Ninja Turtle. I was the 5th turtle that they forgot behind.
Venus?
I think that once I seen...
You were Venus?
Yeah, no. She was the 6th turtle, the one we don't speak of.
What was the 5th turtle?
Me.
Oh,
I was the 5th turtle.
She's the 6th turtle.
Yeah, she can go fuck herself.
Because she had tits? And she's named after a piece of art as opposed to an artist herself?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, all right, let's get back into that real quick, just for a second.
Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello, and Leonardo, and Georgia O'Keeffe over here.
What is your Ninja Turtle name, by the way?
Yeah, no, okay. That series starts off where she finds out that she has brothers and goes off to see them, and I just think that's
funny. I set him off. I set him off.
It's funny. Thanks. Why did her masker also name her artistically? They were separated at birth, but her parent was just I'm gonna go with an art theme here with your name, just coincidentally.
You are a mutated turtle. These are my 4 sons: Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo. Meet your new sister, Betty. Meet your new sister, Joan.
It don't really work like that.
Ruth. Okay.
Evelyn.
No. Okay. All right. So, anyways, I hope that they pull it off. I don't think that they will, but recasting Gambit, I think, is a good idea.
Well, I honestly, when you told me that Taylor Kitchener was trying to get the role back, I really felt bad for Taylor Kitchener, because he's just had, they were really pushing for him to be a big leading man.
Yeah.
And just everything he was in he was in Battleship and John Carter of Mars and all these other things.
It's all crap.
And Savages, and he's not a bad actor. It's just, I don't know, it just felt really bad.
He just keeps in shitty roles.
Seriously, he just keeps in shitty roles.
Savages was a shitty movie.
Was it?
Savages was...
To me, it was shitty.
I've never seen it. I heard positive. I heard mixed reviews on Savages.
It's a very polarizing movie. Some people enjoy it, some people don't.
It's a very good book.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why it's a movie adaptation of a book.
In
the book, it's good.
I only took an interest in it because the author is a very open, polyamorous writer who I guess she just is about all that shit. So that's why it had this really weird following behind it that I just was not interested in getting into.
I honestly hear the book is good, but the movie to me was just it was we're doing this and this and this and this and this, and it just, I don't know, it just felt like it just kept going.
I don't know. I don't think
John Travolta's in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
Who the
He's
fuck
buried.
cares?
He's in there for at least 5 minutes.
John Travolta. You remember before he was crazy? You remember that?
No, he
Yeah,
was
I
always
remember that.
crazy.
I
Remember Welcome Back, Connor? You remember that?
I don't.
No.
I remember because really, like my life started in 1993. Like that's like the bulk of my childhood memories, like start there. Like
Yeah.
I was like 5, and that was the same year that what was it called? Pulp Fiction came out.
Also the same year that Magic the Gathering
Wait, no.
was invented.
Pulp,
but go on.
Pulp Fiction came out in 94.
Huh?
Pulp Fiction came out in 94. Don't
you
ask me
can
why.
shut the fuck up.
I know that.
Oh,
Well, anyway.
all right. Around the same time.
Around the same time. But I just remember like for a big portion of my youth, like he was just like a venerable actor. Like, even I knew, even as a little kid, who John Travolta was and liked him. And then he just got weird. Same thing with Tom Cruise. Like Tom Cruise.
John Travolta too. I mean, no, we were just talking about John Travolta.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, no, Mel Gibson. I remember seeing The Patriot with my dad, and like I liked it a lot. And we were talking.
Movie's
and it was
awful. That movie's awful.
Oh, it is. But I remember I was like rather young, and I liked it a lot then. And it was just like, man, can this guy do like any bad movie? Like, what is it about this guy that if he's in a movie, it's gold?
I will say this:
and
he is
just
a consummate entertainer because those videotape, those like audio tapes of him talking to his like girlfriend or wife or whatever are some of the funniest shit I've ever heard. Like he's talking about like, no, we made an arrangement. You were supposed to have dinner on the table, then we were gonna sit in the hot tub, and then and then you were gonna sleep with me. What? So, and at one point he just breaks down and he's like screaming and he goes, "You should just appreciate me, get on your knees, and blow me."
Who is this?
Yes.
Mel?
Haru. Fellow
Haru.
Earthicans. Like he just goes full Nixon.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's hysterical.
You have to show.
It's really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really fucked up. But like when you're listening to it, it's just like, oh my god, I can't. Like you forget that it's real. Like, the fact that it's real makes it sad. But
Yeah.
it's like listening to it, you're like, this is the funniest
Like, is
thing
this?
I've ever heard.
Yeah, celebrity breakdowns can just be absolutely hilarious to watch. And like, remember what's his name on the set of Terminator Salvation?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
great.
Real nice.
Yeah, oh, really
Good
nice.
Good for you.
We're done professionally.
Yeah. And it's funny. It's also funny that sometimes people can just like walk away from it and just be like, "Oh yeah, it's done." Like we don't care.
Well,
See, I feel like Christian Bale could do nothing bad. I guess we're waiting for a breakdown for him, like an actual.
There has been. He beat up his mom and his little sister.
Did not know that.
Yeah, he's
Christian
kind of.
Bale's.
Yeah,
I know he's kooky.
No, he's not kooky. He's like violent and angry. Like he gets in fights with people.
Yeah. No,
Like that incident on Terminator is not isolated. There are other instances.
What I mean to say is Christian
fucking
Bale's
with
an
people.
upstanding citizen, and by no means do I wish to.
And
cross
so is Mel
I
Gibson.
love him as an actor.
So is Mel
I just
Gibson.
find it's
Sorry.
hard to find.
And
I
Winona Ryder.
apologize.
I don't know. Same thing with Robert Downey Jr. Like I think I've mentioned this before.
These are all my favorite guys.
Yeah, I just thought I was really like happy because I grew up with like Chaplin and Air America. There was like a bunch of movies he did, and then he just kind of fell off the radar and was kind of this like Hollywood horror story. And then he comes back, and I was like, yay, he's back. So yeah. So we're talking about X-Men Apocalypse.
No, we were talking about
I hope
Gambit.
I hope X-Men Apocalypse is just the end of it. Like I'm just so sick of these fucking movies.
Well,
I think
as we know,
I hate the way they look. Every iteration, they just seem to look worse to me.
and worse. And
And every iteration, they just seem to take characters that I really like and just kind of do whatever the fuck with them and just like ruin it. It's just not cool. It's not cool anymore. I'm not. It's not, and it just seems to keep perpetuating itself. And I don't even think people give a shit. Like I don't think X-Men comic fans actually like those movies.
Well,
like
let me
I'm
ask you a
curious,
question.
like how many.
Let me ask you a question because I've been wanting to ask you this question, especially on air. What is the one, because we talk a lot of shit on Marvel comics and movie adaptations. What's one Marvel character that you would love to see more than anything else, done in a film right? And how do you think the best way to go about doing that character right would be? Like, I mean, is there anyone that you've ever just been like, why don't they do, or like, why don't they redo or reboot this because it's just, they deserve a chance to shine?
I would like to see. There's 3 characters I'd like to see. I'd like to see, and this may be controversial, but like a lot of the big ones have been hit, and I know like a Starjammers, movie isn't going to do well. I know that there's a lot of like really obscure ones and stuff, But the one that I would really, really like to see is a Moon Knight movie. Like Moon Knight. Yeah, Moon Knight's basically Marvel magical Batman.
So he's a little more crazier though.
No, but he has like magical Egyptian Moon Knight powers. He throws like little moon-shaped not batarangs at people. He's actually a really cool character, but
distinctly and legally slightly different from batarangs.
Yeah, and Cloak and Dagger. I'd really love to see Cloak and Dagger. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna take everything I just said back. I love those three characters. Cloak and Dagger are really cool.
I'd love to see
Moon Knight's really
Cloak and
cool. Yeah. But more than anything, what I would like to see is a really like faithful movie based on the Runaways.
Okay. The Runaways. Yeah, I know you talked a lot about that.
Yeah, the Runaway. I don't know if I've ever done. I don't think I've done it.
Not on the podcast. No.
Yeah, but the Runaways is one of my favorite comics. It's really the comic that got me into back into comic books. Like I was kind of into comic books. I was in high school, but then Runaways came out, and that's what kept me into comics. Like when I was actually actively buying comic books, it was while that was going. And I think what happened was and that's one of the things that kind of pissed me off about the movies is that when they started blowing up, they kind of got rid of some of the weirder peripheral ones. There was the Loners, which is a spin-off of the Runaways, which is all like LA based, really obscure like superheroes.
Yeah.
And but it was just pure West Coast love, and it was just awesome, and it was great. For those of you who haven't read the Runaways, the concept is that the reason why there aren't any superheroes on the West Coast is that there's a secret underground villain network called the Pride, and they maintain their power over the West Coast of the United States by sacrificing a young woman like once a year, and all of them have children. And those children witnessed one of these ceremonies happening. Their parents try to stop it. Their parents get killed by the thing they're trying to sacrifice it to. And now they have to like figure out what's going on. And they're being chased. And they're interacting. They go back in time. They're interacting with the X-Men. There's like vampires. All kinds of crazy shit. The future son of Ultron comes back in time and starts a relationship with the leader, who is a goth lolly Japanese girl named Nico Minoru.
Sounds good to me.
Just
right. If I haven't sold you yet, like
okay.
That's a lot to get.
I do think
there's a charming half Jewish scene girl who's a little chubby who has a telepathic connection to a velociraptor.
You see, I saw.
I'm in. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
boom, right there.
Yeah.
There's a little girl named Molly who has mutant superpowers, and she calls herself Princess Powerful. Yeah, she's like super strong, invulnerable. Like one of my favorite covers in all of comic bookdom is she's like kicking like there's like a semi truck. She's kicking it off the road to protect a family of ducks that's crossing the street, and she's reaching out towards them too, like duckies. Like it's adorable.
Yeah, it's just, they don't. They just need to get back into their obscure kind of shit. I think that was when I was growing up. One of my favorites was actually Howard the Duck, and I mean they did a movie adaptation with that film that was.
Whoa. That was done by what's his name too?
Bad.
Creative Star Wars, right?
You know,
it was a Lucasfilm movie, but it wasn't actually directed by Lucas.
Okay.
I think what happened with Lucas was the experience of making Star Wars was so awful. Like it's legendary in the annals of history.
Yeah.
Probably about every bad thing that can happen. The crew doesn't respect them. They're in a third world country. I think that they're in a third world country. The crew didn't respect them. Nobody gave a shit about the script. None of the producers and none of the executives cared or were giving them any support. None of the producers seemed to care giving them any support.
And the cast were a bunch of nobodies for a time.
The cast thought this was the dumbest fucking thing they'd ever heard. And were actively making fun of it at the time. At one point, he actually said, "Can we do this take again, but better like actors would?"
Yeah,
I know. But the whole thing was hinging on these big battle sequences. Like he had kind of gotten the footage he needed, and the whole thing was hinging on these effect sequences that he had developed with the company that was starting over, and he gave them money to start up and do the shots that they needed. And when he got back, they had spent all of the money, and none of the shots were completed. And they had like a few months to like complete, so every single effect shot in there. And I think what happened was he just got burnt out. I think he just he had such a bad experience.
I watched an interview with him actually with Seth MacFarlane of all people. They were interviewing each other during like one of the releases of the Family Guy Star Wars movies, and George Lucas kind of said something to me that kind of put it all into perspective, and it's something that I think he didn't mean it in the way that it sounded, but he said one of the best parts about after Star Wars is he got enough money and power in the industry to, instead of making movies, he could just call people up and be like, hey, this is a movie that I wanted to see, make it for me. And then he could be all super excited and go sit in the editing room and be like, ooh, this is the movie that I always wanted to see. So if he wanted to see a movie about something, he can just call the right guys and make them make the movie about something. And that's kind of like what Lucasfilms kind of turned into for a long time. Is it's just, he was executive producer. He would call somebody and be like, I want to see a thing about a Howard the Duck. Like, make a movie about Howard the Duck. And then they did. And then he was entertained by it. And that's all he cared about. So it was released.
I remember a few years ago was the 25th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. And I believe it was not Irvin Kershner, one of the producers, but he was actually saying that he says it's been long enough now that it's doing that. It's been long enough now that he can just kind of like speak openly about it, but that the whole production was a mess. Nobody really thought it was going to do well. Yeah. That they thought the first one was just a fluke, and that nobody wanted to see the second one. This is before the internet, so there wasn't like any kind of fan base.
Just Google it, you know.
And he was like, there was a really distinct plan set forth for the second and third movie, and they had like the big thing was that there was going to be a love triangle between Luke, Han, and Leia. Like the whole sister thing wasn't going to happen. I don't know why he decided to put it in there, but Lucas came in after he started seeing the toy sales. And he was the one who toned down the kind of seriousness of the third movie, because the original ending was that Leia was going to choose Han. Han was going to die. And then she was going to try to find Luke afterwards. And Luke has already gone off into the sunset to try to try to start up the new Jedi Order. And that was going to be the original ending to Empire Strikes Back. But it just didn't happen because of all the toy sales, and that's where the Ewoks come from. Originally, they were going to be Wookiees. The planet they were going to be on wasn't Endor; it was going to be Kashyyyk, the Wookiee homeworld.
Yeah,
and that's why they established that. That's why they established the Wookiee homeworld in the Star Wars Christmas special, because that was the ultimate plan, was that they would end up on the Wookiee homeworld, and you would meet Chewbacca's family.
Yeah.
Other characters from...
I would rather see Wookiees than Ewoks.
Doesn't that sound so much more epic than the movie you fucking got?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
I don't understand how these little fuckers do any of the shit they do.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Because, for one, I don't know. I've never seen the third movie.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I've never seen the fucking third film.
You're going to be like...
Hitler,
No. I mean, all bullshit aside, we figured this out years ago when I found this out that John had never seen the original, the Ridge Tridge. He had only ever seen Phantom Menace and I think part of Clone Wars.
No,
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
And I kept teasing him about it, and I sat down and I figured out that there's only 3 reasons why you haven't seen Star Wars. The first one is that you grew up in a third world country.
Okay, Star Wars didn't exist, right? Go on.
Yeah, if you're from like Tanzania, like, okay, fine, you get a free pass. It doesn't mean you don't have to see it. You still have to see it, but we're not going to be pissed at you that you haven't.
Second.
Yeah.
Just fucking let me speak.
I'm
Jesus.
sorry.
Yeah.
I get
All
it.
right, second film.
Second one is that you had a fucked up home life, and John, that's John's case.
Okay.
I don't know. I think, what's the third reason?
Third reason is you're a girl. If you're a girl, you get a free pass. Doesn't mean you don't. You still have to see them, but it's cool that you haven't seen it.
Yeah, because your dad probably didn't force you to watch it.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I know that's fucked up and sexist, but it's fucking true. Like,
your dad was like, whatever, go on, watch your bullshit. You're not gonna enjoy this anyway.
It's
like Monty Python. You probably won't get it.
Yeah.
For me, what it was.
Yeah, what's that? Like the My Little Pony. Can we watch Mad Max? No, we're gonna do this pony shit. Fine.
Okay, all right. Talk to me when you're 16. The problem.
All right.
I think
don't fuck nobody till you're in college.
The reason why I didn't watch it, the only reason why, is because I felt like, maybe it's a wrong perspective, but as a kid and a teenager, I'd always felt that I've seen it already. I mean, every fucking cartoon that I've ever liked parodied it. You know what I mean? Like every television show that I ever liked parodied it. There's there's been specials, movies, commercials, Doritos commercials. I mean, yeah, we all know that
Car
fucking,
commercials.
Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker. There's no mystery. There's no entertainment. It's just I've seen it. I've already seen the scene.
I felt that way when I saw Alien for the first time because that movie had been parodied so many times. But going back, it's actually a really solid movie and worth watching on its own.
To me, it's like watching Soylent Green. Like you're not gonna like it's. Soylent Green is people.
That's not the point. That's not the point. Though. There's a completionist aspect to it, and movies are kind of impermanent to begin with. It's 2 hours of your fucking life. Just sit down and watch the fucking thing. 2
hours is a big commitment.
I'm finished. Really, 2 hours is a fucking long commitment.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, that's something I don't get. Is like people will spend like 4 hours sitting on their phone looking at fucking BuzzFeed, but you can't just sit for like 2+ hours. Not even like 3 hours, just like 2.25 hours. You can't just sit there for 2 hours in a movie theater and watch the goddamn movie. You have to fucking pull your phone out and like text somebody while you're fucking like you can't. Your attention span is that short that you can't just sit there and fucking watch the movie.
Yeah,
I just went to film school. I'm in film school, and there are people in the department who have never seen The Godfather or fucking Citizen Kane.
Yeah, that's me.
Or Birth of a Nation or something like that. But you're a radio guy.
No, it's different. But I am getting into TV and all that.
You
saw my list. You saw my list.
You know what's funny is you mentioned cell phones in the theater. I think the worst experience I ever had with cell phones in the theaters was Paranormal Activity. The pacing on that movie was set up specifically for like people who have like attention problems with their phones. It's like if it's daytime, you're on your phone texting your friends about some crazy ass shit you just seen in a movie, and then you just like all their phones go off as soon as it's like nighttime, day 3.
Funny.
It's like night 3, and then everyone's phones just disappear. And then some scary shit happens, a ghost grabs your foot, whatever, then it flashes, it's like next morning, and all of a sudden, there's a field of lights in front of me in the theater, like, everyone's
that's crazy.
Damn, dog, this shit's scary! What the fuck? Like, put down your phone, dude, and, like, watch the fucking movie.
The worst experience I've ever had, it wasn't phone-related, but it was when you dragged my ass to go see the Interview in Fontana at that like really janky ass theater, but the seats were really like messed up, and I couldn't find a seat, and it was just packed, like absolutely packed, and I couldn't find a seat next to like the group that I was with, so I had to sit in the back next to these two ladies. And I swear to God, they talked to the whole fucking thing. Like I told them to stop like multiple times. They just didn't. They didn't like even respond. Like loudly, I'd be like, "Please stop talking. I'm trying to watch the movie." They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it.
It's the worst.
And at one point, like it's a scene where the tiger's coming through, where like they shoot the little rocket, and then like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's a tiger." "What is that? Is that a horse?" I'm like, "It's a fucking tiger." "Is it a dog?" "No, it's too big. It's a horse. It's a fucking horse." Like, it's not a fucking horse!
It's a tiger. Like,
and I swear to God, every fucking time that, like, Katy Perry came on, they started singing along.
Speaking of wanting to kill yourself in a movie theater, Pixels. That movie, huh?
Good size.
Good segue. Yeah, okay.
That's a good one.
You made up for the last one.
I'm good with that shit. Okay. Pixels. What the fuck? Like, okay, what happened to Adam Sandler? Like, has it been...
Well, I think we had this conversation.
I don't think he cares.
Before. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
He admits that like when he does most of his movies, they're just vacations for him and it's all his friends and their family.
Have you seen the movie Funny People?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
first one.
Do you remember? No, huh?
No, I haven't seen them both. The first one was okay.
What? Funny People?
Oh no, I'm sorry, Funny People. I was thinking about the one about them all being old.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Funny People. Is,
I've seen it too.
Yeah, but Adam Sandler. I think what Adam Sandler is doing is he's playing himself. Like he's not acting in that movie. I think that's actually how Adam Sandler is, his viewpoint on the world. I think that's why he did that movie. I think he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
At all. Like he has more money. He has more money than God. Everybody knows who he is. He can get anything he wants, do anything that he wants. I mean, there's a picture of him at at the premiere for some new movie. I think Hotel Transylvania 2 or something, where he's just standing there in sweatpants, flip flops, and like a ratty T-shirt.
Yeah,
and everyone else is like he just doesn't. Like, he looks like he just rolled out of bed.
At his wedding, I heard he had like ding dongs and pigs in a blanket and Twinkies and like just a bunch of like just Hostess brand snack cakes and shit like that.
Give a shit
because that's just how he is. You know what I mean? Like he's trying really hard to just show that he's just a normal guy. But I mean, come on, like there's got to be a point where you care a little bit. Why do they keep giving these films to Happy Madison? I mean, they did some great movies. You go back and look at some of their comedies. I love Grandma's Boy. Might not be one of the best movies ever. I love
but it's
fucking
still
Grandma's
a
Boy to
good
death.
movie.
Grandma's Boy has some like funny performances, but it's not a good movie.
I fucking love that movie.
With the two movies, the only two movies of those that I actually give a shit about are what is it?
Happy and Madison,
Little
Nicky,
Happy Gilmore, and Billy Madison are the only three that I actually
not even Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, I didn't think it was funny.
I thought.
he made some good movies. I mean,
if he didn't make a good movie, make a
Larry.
likable movie. You gotta at least admit that. You don't like anything about Big Daddy.
I
like Big Daddy.
It's like a lot of like comedies come out that are super popular. I'm just like,
Pixel's got an 18% critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, that's only made worse. The only one that's done worse than that is Jack and Jill with a 3%.
3%.
Why even give this guy like a movie deal? Like, is it
Well,
really
especially
making
after
money?
that.
It makes money. They make money. Make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, I mean,
people hate it. They go see it anyways. Like, at what point?
No, there's like a really dedicated fan base who apparently like go to see these movies and they make a shit ton of money.
Well, at what point are people just going to stop going?
There's also the kind of muddled issue of studios will sometimes release a movie with a really high budget, specifically so that they can lose money. Because
you explained to me about the about Ventureland, because Ventureland was not a great movie.
Tomorrow.
So Tomorrow.
Look at Disney Marvel.
I heard what's his name is
Marvel.
really big on that. Yeah, one of the Weinstein brothers is big on doing flops and rearranging them to like different points of the year so that their taxes and their finances.
Exactly, that's how it works. Big example of that is the year after the Avengers comes out. The year after the Avengers comes out, they put out John Carter of Mars. Like, honestly, you're fucking adapting John Carter of Mars?
Yeah.
Like, even I, with all of my, like, plethora of, like, bizarre sci-fi knowledge, and just like, what the fuck? Oh, fucking John Carter of Mars.
Yeah.
Even I had to fucking, like, rack my brain to really get that one. Like, I was just like, they're adapting that? What the fuck? I remember seeing it in theaters just being like, this is... okay, like this, like clearly there wasn't any kind of like, you know, focus meeting or anything here. They just they're like, let's just make a movie, like throw whatever you want at it, and they put it out at a time of the year when not a lot of people go to see movies. It's the dumping ground between Christmas, like early January to May is this dumping ground for movies. That's why I don't feel Deadpool is. I think Deadpool is going to be that movie. I think they don't really know if it's going to do well or not.
A dumpy movie that they're going to release in February.
It's coming out in February.
It's coming out in February.
But they coming off of $1 billion movie. They put out that movie. It fails. It lowers their tax bracket. Right? They're like, well, hey, you know, we put out this movie. It cost, you know, $175. It only made, you know, it's pretty big flop. You know.
Yeah.
And so that bumps their tax bracket down. So then the next year, what comes out? At the end of that year, what comes out? Iron Man 3 blows the fuck up.
Yeah, well, Deadpool's Fox.
And then the next year, well, I'm talking about, Deadpool is another example.
Going back to the money, losing money.
So Iron Man 3 comes out. What comes out the next year? The Lone Ranger.
Oh my god, that was such a...
seriously, I'm just like, what the fuck else are they going to do? Are they going to do, like, you know, Call of Cthulhu? Like, how fucking obscure can we get with this? Like, I honestly can't think of something more obscure. Like, are we going to do, like, Flash Gordon? Are we going to do fucking, you know...
TV shows?
Buck Rogers in the 25th century?
I'm pretty sure there's, like, an older fan base that wants to bring back Flash Gordon.
No!
Yeah, I don't know.
I might want to see that.
I'm going to be meeting Flash Gordon. I'm excited for that when he's going to Kamikaze this year.
You only like that because Ted.
No.
Fuck you.
I've
never
even
seen Flash Gordon.
No, you're absolutely right. No, you're right.
Seriously? I've seen Flash Gordon.
No, you're right. I'm a piece of shit hipster. I'm collect vinyl music, and I only want to see Flash Gordon.
Oh god!
And I mean that. Every single one of those words.
And I'm okay with that because you admit it. Like, you know, seriously, you're excited to meet him because he was in Ted, not because he was in Flash Gordon. I like Flash Gordon more than I like Ted, but that's me. Different strokes for different folks. We're all part of the same human quilt.
Yeah. Whatever.
Fag.
Okay. There's nothing really too interesting going on in the video game world. The PlayStation Sony just announced that they've got a deal with PlayStation Plus where they're going to start letting people vote for the next game.
That's our segue?
There was no segue.
There's no segue.
What's that in there?
You know, I think something more interesting I heard about was that Valve isn't releasing Half-Life 3
Oh,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Funhouse.
Yeah, because I mean you can look this up, but Valve isn't releasing Half-Life 3 because they make an absurd amount of money
Yeah, why
off
would
of
they?
League of Legends. And
Well,
they're
Steam- Steam.
they don't need the money. We don't need the money because of League of Legends. We don't need the money because of Steam.
Yeah.
And the potential backlash is such that it might actually hurt our profit margin. So
I mean, think about that. Like, who would, like, I mean, what's the hype? I mean, you can't
There's a
get
lot
more
of hype.
behind than you can get behind Half-Life
Duke
3.
Nukem.
You know, you can't get any more hype than that. And then, even if the game's a 9 out of 10, it's going to just...
Specifically,
You think if they do bring it up, be like Five Nights at Freddy, where like it comes out of nowhere, just like all these other games. Hey, Five Nights at Freddy sequel's out.
Specifically, the thing that was cited as an example was Mass Effect 3, and I
was going to ask about
I'm
that.
definitely on board with that assessment that Mass Effect 3 was a huge letdown,
Yeah.
solely in the ending. Like the everything about it was better than the first two. The combat was better. The ability to move. The storyline was absolutely just completely engaging. Like I think I fucked up, and what the fuck was her name? The alien chick in the biosuit.
Oh
Okay.
crap!
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
she,
like her much.
She kills herself, and I was like, "No, I was romancing you, you fucking bitch!
I wanted to see your naked titties.
No, I wanted to see your face. I
Yeah.
heard that we see your face."
Yeah.
And it gets to the ending, and the ending is just fucking hot garbage. It's worse than that smell. It's just a horrible fucking ending. And you know, there's always that segment that's like, "Oh, I didn't think it was that bad." No, it's fucking horrible. Like it's a fucking
It's
letdown.
like, there's a lot of examples like that where you just like the game is just not as good as the last one. It's not that it's not as good as the last one,
No, here's the
but
thing.
it's
though.
not so much better than
Here's
the
the thing,
last
though,
one
is
that it's
that
like the
the
epitome of gaming.
The first one was good. The first one was very good, but it felt like we're leading up to something much bigger. The second one, again, just felt like we were leading to something much bigger. And the third one, like the first, I would say like 3/4 of that game are some like the most intense. Like you can't put it down. You want to see what's going on. You need to see what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
you need to see what happens next.
Yeah, you need, like you're like, oh my god, like, oh man, the Solarians aren't gonna fucking come and protect Earth. We gotta fucking, like, oh my god, like you're so engaged with it, and then it gets to that ending, and you're just running through the city with just you and a couple of guys. It isn't like this huge epic
Wait,
battle.
can you break the spoilers rings? I don't know what happens in the end. I know there's different endings, somewhat. I mean, somewhat different.
You can watch it.
Yeah,
online.
true. I can go on YouTube and watch it.
Yeah.
It just, I just never got around to it because I heard
Back
it was
to the
such a
point
disappointment.
of that you can't do that shit. Valve already tried that with Portal. Look at Portal 1 was an amazing game that they didn't even think was going to be good. It was just kind of like a tech demo.
Yeah,
And
kind of
it
like
blew up.
zombies for Call of Duty.
Yeah, it blew up. It blew up. It was
Just blew
fucking
up.
huge, massive. And then Portal 2 was just kind of like a mediocre game that almost damaged the whole idea of Portal. Like, the Portal franchise and the Portal fandom would probably be bigger if they never released the second game. And that's what they have to do with
But
with
was the
Half-Life
second game
3.
really bad? I thought it was good.
No, it's a good game. It's just not the epitome of dark comedy that Part 1 was. Part 1
I
was
think
just
2 was way funnier.
it just
Cave
blew
Johnson.
people's- I don't know. I think Part 1
No,
just
burn your house down with the lemons.
Five Night. Fazberry's
Freddy's Fazberry Pizza.
Yeah.
Freddy's
Pizzeria.
Fazberry Pizza. Just the creepy animatronics come to life, and you're trying to. It's a survival horror game. I'm actually kind of excited about this movie. Like, to be honest, the director is not the best director that they could have picked.
No. Should I pull up his credits again?
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, the remake of Poltergeist,
Monster House.
Monster House.
From 2006. That
Yeah.
animated.
Yeah, he's just, not the top, not the cream of the crop. But at the same time, he's very heavily defending Five Nights at Freddy. I've not been a huge fan of the game series
Here, let me go get it.
because it just doesn't feel as good for me. Yeah,
Monster
okay.
House, 2006. City of Ember, 2008. I have no idea what movie.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay.
of course, the Poltergeist remake, which got such bad ratings, I couldn't believe it. It was getting
Yeah.
like 20s.
Yeah.
And IMDb gave it 5 out of 10.
Yeah, so, okay, what's the guy's name?
And the guy's name is, let me go back, is Glenn Kinnan.
Glenn Cannon. But he's already on social media defending the franchise. He's already answering everybody's questions. He says animatronics. He's going to use real animatronics instead of CGI. It's
To
gonna
me,
be a
that's a
live
plus.
action film. To me, that's a plus. It's going to be a live action film. He's getting the original creator of the franchise in on it. What's his name? Scott Cathone, whatever. I don't know.
Why
From
do you
everything,
overpronounce every last name? It's, it's
Well-
Schuster.
yeah, whatever. But in my opinion,
Ramirez.
I think Scott is kind of a kook. From everything that I've read about him, he's kind of said some stuff that I think that
He's a
like,
wacky
just
Jesus freak.
Yeah, well, it's not even that, but it's just like coming out and saying that like literally like Jesus decided that he should be wealthy and that's why Five Nights at Freddy did good.
That's not a good reason to be wealthy.
Yeah,
Okay.
just some weird stuff,
And that's coming from a Catholic.
And just okay, be it as it may, the guy just seems a little kind of off his rocker. But the games are insanely popular. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I think that the survival horror aspect,
but even if you're not a huge fan,
and
it is
the
fun to
live
watch
action
people play.
animatronic, I'm excited to see this movie. Honestly, when it comes out in theaters, I'm probably gonna go see it. If anything, just to see. I'm hoping that it at least gets a PG-13 rating. I hope that it's not like gonna be like a Goosebumps kids movie. But who knows? Maybe
I
it will.
just-
Or the Jack Black Goosebumps, which is so campy looking, I just can't.
I don't know. I don't know. There aren't any movies coming out that I'm like looking forward to.
Yeah. Well,
All the good movies came out last year, if you think about it.
well,
Yeah.
it's
I feel like
every
it.
other year. So
The only movie I was excited for was the only thing I think I'm really looking forward to is Pacific Rim 2.
Well, hey, at least you got something to look forward to.
Oh, and then Crimson Peak. Yeah, Crimson Peak looks kind of good.
So, I mean, not very much else happening right now.
Well, we are almost at the threshold for video games, where it's just nothing but video games once we hit September, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's the holiday season, so all the parents are gonna be pouring out.
man.
Like I said earlier, I was getting to the PlayStation Plus is gonna be
That's
letting
funny.
their
Okay,
users
so
vote for the next free game every month.
Yeah, and 'cause
Okay.
Xbox already does this for people who have Xbox Gold, like me.
Yeah,
I
games
need
with
to
gold.
Yeah, Games with Gold. Guess what we got last month,
What's that?
or this month? We got Assassin's Creed freaking 4.
Yeah, and
Like, that's great. That's a good game compared to, I imagine, whatever PlayStation is going to give you, because it's probably going to be an indie game. While we got, like, a full-fledged
You say
big
that so
title.
derisively, but I think Indian games are a lot more interesting than most AAA
indie games can be pretty amazing.
I'd much rather have a copy of fucking...
what's out? I mean, they
Styx
did give us
Master of
one good
Shadows
one.
is a good indie game that just came out.
Yeah,
Was it
I'd
Lucha
much rather have a
Libre?
copy of that than fucking
Lucha
any
Libre.
fun Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
Let me
No,
see.
when I got to when Assassin's Creed 3 tried to be a stealth game all of a sudden, I was just like, fuck this entire franchise. Fuck
Yeah.
this entire franchise.
Well, I mean,
its
Assassin's
ass.
Creed. There's probably about I think last time I counted, there was about 11 or 12 Assassin's Creed games out,
Yeah.
and I mean they're on what number 4, number 5,
5.
number 5, and there's 11 games out. I mean, just kind of throwing that out there. I mean,
Brotherhood.
I'm
Redemption.
getting
yeah,
a real
it's just
I'm getting a
shit
real
ton.
Lost kind of vibe from it because I feel like
Oh, God.
They don't even know what they're doing.
yeah,
just
they have
wanna
no
just keep
idea what
going.
the fuck they're doing. They're
Just
just
as
kinda
long
make-
as they still sell billions of dollars worth of games, and they can keep going. And that's just the way it is. So,
I never saw the
unfortunately-
ending of Lost. And I was so big into
Trust
it,
me.
and I never saw the
Trust me,
final episode.
You are not missing.
No, that's
any
why I've never
fucking
seen it.
thing.
That's why I've never seen
No,
it. It was because
don't
I
know.
heard it was so
liked
shitty.
Everybody, I like the ending of Lost.
And I was so big into it, especially in
Yeah.
the last 2 seasons, and then
The whole
everyone
last
told me
sea-
it was awful, and I never watched it.
The whole last season takes place in this like alternate
Yeah,
dimension.
Purgatory.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that they've all been kind of in a waiting room in like the afterlife, and the last episode is them moving on into heaven or whatever the fuck because they
Yeah.
all had to realize they were dead.
Except Hurley. Hurley
Well,
lives on forever on the island
no.
and becomes the keeper of the island.
No,
Wait,
Hurley
no, I thought that
lives-
was Jack.
Yeah.
No, Hurley
No.
lives on for a time with what was his name, Ben.
Yeah.
And is like, and there's this whole thing about Jacob, and the smoke monster turns out to be like Jacob's evil like twin brother.
brother.
from,
Yeah,
like, 1,000
yeah, of
years
course,
ago.
Yeah.
And time travel,
Wait,
and
he
there's a
killed
wheel
Jacob.
underground that affects the magnetite or whatever.
Well, because the island protects the heart of mankind and all that is good or evil, and they have to keep
Look,
the
all
perfect
I'm
yin
saying
yang
about-
balance.
I was
All
getting
I'm
it
saying
now.
about
And all I'm
Lost-
saying is they should have made a sequel to the series where Hurley runs the island, opens it up to all people, and it's just a reboot of Fantasy Island. Right? Come on, dude. What did you say?
All I'm saying-
Hurley's just like, welcome to Fantasy Island.
All
Oh.
I know is that when the Wikipedia for a particular TV show has like a whole section on every single page of unanswered questions, that's not good television.
But I thought Jack
seriously,
was
you
on
go-
the island.
go to
I
the
thought everyone
lost-
left the island and
go
Jack
to
was
the-
on the last
I
island.
read an interview.
What happened to him?
I read an interview with where he's with the writers recently, and it was it's unverified, but they said that pretty much that they just wanted to keep it going, keep something entertaining, and they didn't even plan on answering the questions. They were just like, well, why don't keep people coming back next week? So let's throw this in, let's throw that in, and they just kind of, secretly just didn't give a fuck.
But no one
that's
explained
kind of the
anything
feeling you
about
get
Jack.
in the series.
Like, I was so invested into Jack. He was the last one on the island. He had to go fight the smoke
Originally he was supposed
monster.
to die in the first episode,
Yeah.
but they liked his portrayal so much they decided to keep him for the whole show and series.
What happened to him? He was like the
He dies.
He dies in the last episode.
He dies in the kid's dog. He dies with the dog. Like, he dies, he is, bestowed the island. He's given the island.
Yeah.
And he has to turn this wheel, but he has to give up his powers to turn this wheel. And so he ends up dying. And, he sacrifices himself to save the island.
Okay.
And since he dies, then the second runner-up, which turns out to be Hurley,
Do you remember how Walt was supposed to have powers?
Yeah.
Do you know what happens with Walt? Me either.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, no, it's I give a fuck. I want to know what the fuck it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
After a while it stops feeling like there's a mystery and more just like missed opportunities. Like what was it? They spend like a whole episode establishing these two characters and they have this whole elaborate backstory and they're on the island and they're trying to do this thing.
And they've just been in the red shirts the whole time.
And then they never come back.
Well, then you even had an episode which throws me off my rocker when I think about it now is half of them get split up, half of them go back in time, the other half stays in that timeline.
Yeah, and then
but they don't affect each other. I think.
Anyways, the show is kooky. The show is weird. Now the guy who created the show is making Star Wars and Star Trek. And hey, what can you say? Sometimes I guess people get famous off of crazy shit.
Fuck J.J. Abrams there. So. Yeah. Well,
So-
I think that's the end of it, guys. I think that is our bombshell. Fuck J.J. Abrams.
Fuck J.J. Abrams.
Hashtag fuck J.J.
No, but seriously,
Abrams.
don't fuck up Star Wars for your own life.
No,
Please,
fuck that.
Come on, do okay. Anyways,
What the fuck do you care? You don't even like Star Wars.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear you bitch about it for another 20 years.
I'm done bitching about it. When do I come over and at your house like, oh, John, oh my god, fucking Star Wars. You know what I did today? I read the fucking Wikipedia entry on Yen
the
Yo.
Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Whew. All that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Opinions for Hire. We really appreciate it. We look forward to doing another one next week. If you guys have any questions or comments, like us on Facebook, leave those comments. Check out our YouTube channel. Email us at opinionsforhirepodcast@gmail.com, especially if you're in Russia, and also opinionsforhire.com.
I want to know those dudes' names. Like,
the
seriously,
website.
I will call them out every single fucking
Yeah.
episode. I want to know their names.
Mad love to Mother Russia. All right. Peace out, guys.
До свидания.